I'm going to show you some of my original work this morning. We're just going to take a little tour of some of the new pieces. Well, am I going to do that? I'm going to show you one. I'm going to show you one original piece, one special original piece, one very special original piece. That's what I'm going to show you. And I'm going to hook on an original piece today for a few minutes. That's going to be my hooking today. And I don't have any wool to show you. I don't have anything. I don't know. We're going to gab a little bit. And I just want to remind you the whole thing about my mother-in-law used to say is that we are here to be good to each other. And, you know, being good to each other means giving each other room and space and understanding. And sometimes we don't do that enough for each other. And I just want to remind you about that being good to someone is about understanding them back to them, you know, is a very important thing. So that was on my mind this morning. And you know me, if it's on my mind, I'm going to chat about it a little bit. And so let's go in and talk about some original work and what original work I'm working on here. And I'm not going to show you the whole rug. I'm just going to actually, I'm just going to do some hooking here with my greens. I'm not going to talk about what green this is or what green that is, or if we got it for sale or anything like that, because what behind me is the original work that I'm going to share with you today. And that's what I want to talk about, is how sometimes you got something that sometimes you have something that other people want, and you got to do your best to give it to them, share, right, Angela? Yep. So I'm just going to do some hooking. And so I got a new recipe today, and it's out of a cookbook that I bought like for $12. And it's a ziti, I think, or a rigatoni pasta. But you make a tomato sauce, but you fry it like you make the tomato sauce like with a cream sauce. You make a cream sauce with milk, and then you put the tomato sauce in, and then you put some cheese in that. Then you bake the pasta with the cheese on top of it. Does that sound good to you?
That sounds good.
That sounds good.
I'm thinking you should have brought more.
That sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah. And so I'm excited about that. And I don't know if I'm going to have time to make it tonight because I've got a busy day today. But if not, and the Film Society's on in Amherst now, you can go to the Film Society on Thursday night. So I'm going to go to that. I went last week and I really enjoyed it. So if you're in Amherst and you live in Sackville or Port Elgin or whatever, there's a Film Society on Thursday nights at the Amherst Theater, and it's they show really good movies. So if you feel like going, be sure to come. Thaddeus Halonia organizes it, and so I don't know if I'll have time to cook tonight, but that does sound really good. And then it was served with a salad, and the salad, this sounded really good too. The salad was like greens and olives and hard-boiled eggs and salami and lettuce, like kind of a chopped salad. Doesn't that sound
salami?
I know. Angela's turning up her nose. But I think it'd be good. It'd kind of almost like be like an antipasta, kind of like salad. No?
Eggs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't like eggs?
How can
I
you
would
not?
like eggs in the omelet.
You don't like hard-boiled eggs?
No.
Like a chef salad?
No.
Oh, I love hard-boiled eggs.
Me too.
However, there's been a new development on the roast front.
Oh, the roast.
So I want to thank everyone for sending in the recipes. I did try one.
Yeah.
Shelley Richardson, I actually used her recipe. She said to add wine.
Oh,
you're
well,
all over
that's,
that.
she's all over that.
So
Yeah.
I added the wine. I picked up a roast at the superstore the night before last, and I cooked it. And it's still.
Oh, Angela, I don't. Now, do you mean
the Crockpot's going back?
Do you mean it's thready?
It's really chewy.
Like it all falls apart.
It falls apart, but it's chewy.
It's chewy. Yeah. That's kind of what a Crockpot does, I find, with a roast. It's like thready. It's sort of. Yeah.
But I've had roasts before that weren't so like tough chewy.
Yeah, still chewy.
So I'm gonna break out my really cheap Crockpot.
And you're gonna try that. Okay, so the Crockpot Chronicles continue.
But my husband, he'll put one in the oven like on like about 2 or 250 for the afternoon, and it just falls apart. No crock pot.
But like, are you looking for tender, medium, done kind of tender, like a steak? Because you're not going to get that in the crock pot.
I don't want to like keep chewing and chewing and chewing. That's what it feels like. It's still tough.
I'd try it in the oven.
Okay, I'll have to do that.
Try it in the oven. Yeah.
Just on low heat.
Yeah.
Well, I need specific instructions because I don't know
I'll
how
find
to do
out
that.
for sure. I'll find. I don't know if it's 2 or 250.
Like 250 for 3 hours or 4
Yeah,
hours,
like,
and it should be fine. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
it just falls right apart.
That's
Really
one thing Rich didn't marry me for my cooking abilities.
Well, evidently, that's my case too.
You guys. I know.
I can bring it in and
But
you can try it, and then you can tell me if it's supposed to be that way. Because I did it in the other crock pot.
I've never had it in a crock pot.
Really?
I've made it in a crock pot, and it usually just falls apart. And like, it's not exactly tender, but it's easy to chew. Like, should be not hard to chew. Let me put some of this brown in here now. So the question for today is, how do you choose to be good to other people? What do you do for others? How do you choose to be good to other people? Now, it can be for strangers, it can be for friends and neighbors, anything. But I'm interested because I know that in your heart, that's what most of the people, probably most all of the people in the world want to be, is to be good to each other, really. I do believe that people have great intention. So how do you choose to be good? This is one thing I don't like, is how to find the center yarn. If anyone has a trick for that too, you can put that up. How to find like that center thread. Like, sometimes I can find it and sometimes I just can't, and I got to stick with the outside. How to get the center out of a ball of yarn. There's probably a trick to it that I just don't know. So how do you choose? How are you good to other people, Lorna? And this is okay. It's okay to brag yourself up.
I don't know.
You are. I know how you are.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't think when I bake stuff and bring it in, I don't really think that. I know. I just don't think it like that. The smell of
ginger cookies is wafting through here. And you make biscuits for people.
I know. I guess I just don't think that's any big deal, I guess.
But those are the little things I think that matter. How are you, Ange? How are you good to other people? It's okay.
I don't know.
You do know. This is the hard question, isn't it?
It's a hard question.
But it's a good question to ask ourselves. How do we try to be good to other people, and what do we do? And just, being good to other people doesn't mean that you just do whatever other people want. And it doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries. And it doesn't mean that you let people walk all over you. It just means that you try to find ways to be good to others. I think it's really important to have boundaries, because that's what allows you to keep being good to other people, right?
For sure.
Like, like, I'm not going to say, Lorna, I need a dozen biscuits for my sister. Can you make them?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, you bring in biscuits because you feel like it and because you want to and because it's a chance. Now, what do you do, Angela? Look at that.
I don't know. That's a hard question.
It is a hard question. You're going to have to think about that, Angela, because you do stuff. I know you do stuff. Look at her. Look at her, all stunned. You just dropped off your old computer to your old friend.
Yeah.
You look around and you look at what people need, and you deliver. I come in and there's like a jar of olives on my desk, or a package of Tic Tacs. Like, that was so nice that day. Like, you give those little surprises to people. And it's not always about things, I know. You listen to me. You listen to me rant. Go on. You're a really good listener.
I will say I am good at listening.
You are. You're a great listener. And the good thing about you as a listener is that you give feedback, and you do too, Lorna. Like both of you guys tell me what you think, and you give honest, good feedback. And it's not always what someone wants to hear, but you do give honest and good feedback.
Yeah, I think being honest and being respectful and being nice and kind, it makes you happy. It makes me happy.
Yeah, it does, right? We do this. We try to do this for each other. So wonder is at the, so now I got you guys all wondering about how you're good to each other. Because I know that most everyone is good to somebody, right? Most everybody is good to somebody. So I know that's what's going on now in your heads. And that's got us to the whole idea of wonder. You're wondering. And you know what rug hooking has made me do more than anything else? It's made me wonder. Because how can I sit here day after day like this and not wonder, right? And you're hooking. Like, it's like walking, Lorna. Don't you find that when you're walking, your mind
yeah, for sure.
wanders? And yeah. Does it happen when you're doing your martial arts, Angela? Does your mind go free? You're very focused. It's different. Yeah. When does it happen for you? When do you find yourself wondering?
I guess usually if I'm like outside in the yard and with the dog and stuff, then I'll start to think. And
so when you're playing, yeah. And I think for that we need a bit of silence. There's a fly here.
I know Robert thought he got it, but he didn't.
He didn't. And this fly will be here for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And the ceilings are so high here, like you need to have a like a 12-foot ladder to get him, right? I know. He's safe here. How easily we're distracted from wondering. Anyway, so I think, we do need some silence. Like when I walk in the morning, I'm not putting on music or anything. I'm just taking it. I'm just taking in the birds. I'm just letting my heart. I try to keep my heart open, right? But it isn't always, like it isn't always. Like this is a process and a practice, and we just do our best. That's all. And we fail. And when we fail, we just start over and try again, I don't know.
It's true, because some days you just have a bad day, and then you go home and you feel like bad because you had the bad day, and maybe you were cranky.
Yeah.
So then you just tell yourself, okay, tomorrow,
I'm gonna
be better, right?
I'm gonna try and be better. Yeah. I mean, that's it. That's what we do, right? And this is normal human experience. You're not alone when you experience these things. I am loving these greens.
The colors are absolutely beautiful.
Colors are gorgeous, and they're the colors that I'm seeing right now. They're really beautiful. Just making me happy. And that's what rug hooking does for me, is it soothes me and makes me happy. And what time is it, Angela? How much time do we have?
We have 15 minutes.
So it's about 11:15?
Yep.
So I'm going to show you the rug that we have for you as a course. This is available as a course. It's available as a kit. It's available as a pattern. And they're all separate things. So if you buy the pattern, it doesn't come with the course, whatever. If you buy the course, it does come with a downloadable pattern. That's the only combination. We have it in 2 sizes. So can anyone guess what it is? Can you guess which one? We're going to make it available. The pattern that Angela said everybody who came in here wanted to see this pattern. Everybody was interested in it. And I was like, no, I think I'm just going to hold on to that. And I held on to it for over a year. This started just over a year ago, I think, Angela, because I made it just over a year ago.
Yep. And
it started as soon as we hung it. Everybody wanted it. They wanted to buy the rug. They wanted to buy the kit. They wanted to buy the pattern. And we weren't going to let up. But then we thought about it, and we decided that Wonder at Silent Cove should be issued as a pattern and as a kit, and that we should share it. And we are. So it's on the website now. And just about right now at 11:15, you should be getting an email with the links in there if you want to buy it. And when we did this up, it was going to be an expensive kit. And we have it available this size as a kit. But that's a lot for a lot of people. So we decided to make it available as a small kit. So here it is. I'm going to get rid of these here. They're kind of in the way. There we go. And we have Wonder at Silent Cove. And for me, this is a very personal, it's almost like a rug. To me, this rug has a lot of spirit and a lot of emotional energy of myself. And I think that everybody who sees this rug sees something different in it. But what we do see in it is our we all see our own experience in it. And that's what excuse me, is what people are connecting to. I don't know what every individual sees in this rug, but I know they're seeing something. And because they're seeing something, I want to share it. So, Wonder at Silent Cove, you can buy the course, and in the course, you'll get the downloadable pattern and the whole process of me hooking this smaller rug. Because I hooked this one this fall for you so that we could have an option of a smaller option. You can buy the large pattern on linen, and you can buy the large kit, and it includes the linen pattern, or you can purchase the smaller kit, or you can purchase the smaller pattern. And I hope that you I hope it resonates with you, and I hope that this is a rug that I hope that we didn't disappoint you. That's what I'm saying. I hope that this makes you happy, and that the opportunity to hook this rug is along with me, because it is a hook along video, is a good thing for you, and it's a kit that you're interested in. I think it's something very different than anything we've ever released before. So Angela, why was it so important to you that we share this rug?
Just seeing when people would come into the studio,
Yeah.
their reactions to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just it's a beautiful rug. There
Yeah.
was a connection.
Yeah.
And I know that you didn't want to release it, and it took some.
Just took some time.
It took some time, yeah.
Yeah, really.
But it's such a beautiful piece, and I can see how it would resonate with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just people's reactions to it was just.
And you're out front a lot.
Yep.
Like, I'm in the back here, so I don't see everything that you see, and I don't hear everything that you hear. I want you to know, though, that if you ever want to see me, I'm just in the back. Like, you can always come back. A lot of times I'm here, but I'm in the back. And feel welcome. The back is open. It's a gallery. And you can come back to the gallery. You can make yourself a cup of tea, whatever. But you see and hear things that I don't see and hear. And I knew that people were relating to it and connecting with it. And I know what my own connection is. But, I don't think, like, this is the way I feel about art. I don't think that's the most important thing, is why I connect to it or why it's important to me. I think the real thing with this one is, with Wonder at Silent Cove, is why the people connected with it. And I want them to tell their story in that rug. And I think that's sometimes way more interesting than the story of the person who made it, because I think that's what art is that you connect with it on some level, or brings out something inside you, makes you think something that you didn't know before. And that's why, I guess that's why I want to let it out there, is just to see what people will do with it, how that pattern will change and grow, because everybody has an opportunity to do it in their own colors, in their own ways, and with their own ideas, and with their own stories. So that's our release for today, and that's our big story, I guess, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And it's also interesting because it's the smallest piece on the wall.
Yes.
Out there, you have the two
really big ones.
Really big magnolia ones.
Yeah.
But when people come in, they're just drawn to this rug.
Yeah.
And there is a story, and there is a connection, and I'm kind of excited to see what people do with it too.
What do you see in it, Angela? What's your connection to it? What does it make you think about?
There's a strength, and there's kind of a loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I interpret it.
Yeah.
And that's probably just because of my own personal, obviously my own personal experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just a loneliness and also the strength because of the iceberg.
What about you, Lorna? Do you connect to it on any level, or do you know? Do you have anything to say?
No, because I mean I'm downstairs, so I don't get to see everything.
That
A lot
yeah,
of times by the time my day's over, I'm out the door. So
yeah.
I guess I don't.
You didn't hear what was going on.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I think our lives going to be a little shorter today.
What about you?
What about me?
I was kind of curious to see what your story was, but then maybe that might be.
I think
maybe
I just
share.
kind of
Share.
want to share. I
Yeah.
kind of want people to find their own way
Yeah.
with the rug. I see the strength in it, and I do see the solitude, and I see the spirit. Those are all the things that I see. But I want people to make up their own ideas
It's a
and
good
their own
idea,
thoughts and
maybe
own stories.
maybe after.
Yeah, after a while, maybe
Yeah.
we can talk about it more. But I think I just want people to love it for what they see in it and what they're finding in it. And I just want to see if it resonates. And of course, I do talk about my own story in the course a bit with it, but it's mostly about the most important thing is how you connect with whatever you're hooking, whatever story or it is that you're putting on your canvas. That's the story that matters the most. That's just what I believe. So remember today, our question is, how are you being good to others? It's just good to reflect on that, because sometimes I reflect on it and I think, you're not really doing enough right now. Or sometimes I think sometimes the fly just landed on Angela's head. The camera shook, that's why.
Sorry.
If sometimes I think we have to do two things, sometimes you're being too good to others and there's not enough time left for yourself and you get drained, and sometimes you're not doing enough. She's really happy on your head, Angela. I know. She's like, anyway. So that's our question for today, is this more reflective question. And because this is a very reflective rug, and we're bringing it out and sharing it with you. And when you share things, you just never know what you're sharing. And I think when you share rug hooking, you never know what you're sharing. And I hope it's true that when we share this rug with you, that it resonates with you in all kinds of different ways. Thank you for watching today and for being with us. And this was Deanne Fitzpatrick Studio Live. And it was the release of Wonder at Silent Cove. And you can purchase it now at hookingrugs.com. Take care. See ya.